So my idea is to have that fire sit on the L right here, and what we're going to use keyframes for is to make it stay in position. So first off, I'm going to minimize it by first off selecting the fire, hit the transform button, and pull in one of the corners. That minimizes the fire, and we can now go ahead and place it wherever we want. If I'd shot this footage using a tripod, keyframing wouldn't have been necessary. But since this is a handheld shot, the image is going to move and the fire is not going to stay in place unless I keyframe it. So if we went ahead and played this back without keyframing it, this is what it would look like. So as you can see, the shot is moving, but the fire stays at position. So what we're going to do is we're going to keyframe it. And to keyframe it, you want to go to the very beginning of the shot and just go a few frames ahead until you see the fire appearing, which is right here. Then I want to drag my fire down to the L, to the bottom of the L, and hit the keyframe button. Now I want to briefly play my footage for about a half a second and then pause it again. Every time I play the footage, the fire goes out of place. So when I pause it again, that's when it's time to readjust the placement of my fire. So right now, when I've paused it again, the fire is out of place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it back into place right above the L, which is right here. And then I'm going to play the footage and do the same thing over and over again. So I'm just going to repeat the process one last time. So play the footage very briefly, pause it again, and replace the fire. And as you can see, as soon as I move the fire, a new keyframe is automatically added, so you won't have to be thinking about adding a new keyframe every time you move it. So I'm just going to fast forward the upcoming part, so you won't have to sit and watch the whole thing. So I'm now done keyframing, and it only took about a minute. So let's see how I did.